Hi everybody, Steven here. So here with another update on the project. Um, Last time I think that's the model that I had, and I had placed the theater here and this added this little stepping. And if we go back to Photoshop, that's kind of the concept that I had, where I wanted to keep the timelines and having that water pond here and different open space. Yeah, and since then I think I was designing um, this area here, how from the receptions I could get down to the lower level, and also how I could reconnect the basement to the museum area without interfering too much with the courtyard and ground level. And so I'm just gonna show you. So that was the original one, and that's the new one that I have for now. As you can see, it's a bit more developed. I've added the existing facade because this side is empty plot, but then there's like two buildings at the front, one here, one here. I was planning to demolish this one, and I was going to try to keep that facade just to retain that history. And I've also, as you see in detail later on, I had like a wedge type of space here, but the staircase was a bit awkward. So I decided to go with the same design of staircase and just apply it to both areas, the one at the back and at the front. And because of the locations and size, actually articulate differently. Like I had to fit this staircase a bit differently, so I could access all levels. Then I also shifted the theater. I put it on this side. You would see later when I'm gonna show discuss about the memorial, like the gallery at the bottom, and that it's actually following what's happening below it. And I also kind of simplify the roof gardens, have a smaller footprint for the covered area, and then a bigger space at the top. I was thinking that I could have like a sculpture, something that could be exposed outdoor. I've also, I think that's kind of it for the extra. Oh, I've added those arcs here on the facade of the library and museum, just to kind of break the grid that the building had and the boxy look it had. And I think all the way to this, so it doesn't open up. I actually don't have that long pond that I was running here. Instead, I've kind of lifted it and had a ramp underneath, just to provide that the courtyard, like the public spaces. As you can see here, you get that ramp here, and there's another ramp going here. Maybe I'll show you. I'll turn this on so you can see a 3D sections. Let's zoom out a little bit. So as you can see, that's like the waterfront area, and then you enter from here, you walk, then you ramp up, and then you can access the courtyard. Or if you wanted to, you can just exit to the park that's gonna be on the other side, and here as well. And all at like 4.7 degrees, so it's okay for a wheelchair. Okay, maybe I'm going to talk about the circulation. So as you can see, this is going to be the main entry. So let's go into perspective mode. Perspective. Oops. Zoom in. And I'm going to use that little guy so I can fly, and I'll take you through the design. So you'd enter here. In the front you would have the receptions, and on your right you would have like a gift shop that I haven't designed yet. And then you would have different ways. You either go from this a staircase that will take you up to the roof. So let's take that. So it will take you to the roof. Oops. Take you to the roof. And this is connecting to the museum directly. And here you would have the view of the port, the wharf. You don't see it here. And then here you would have access to the roof garden. So that's the first route that you could take, and then you would have to go down. And if you wanted to, now you can access the museum. So you would walk here, and then I think the door would be around here. You enter there, and you would be inside the museum. And then you would have a view of the pond. You go to the other side, and then there's the staircase to go up, or you can go down, which will take you down to the basement. First we're gonna go up. So go here. What you'd see, you go up, and I still haven't designed this area yet, but that will be the top of the memorial. What I was thinking here is to have like some skylights, so that even though I get 4 concrete columns, I would like to have the sun ray to hit the skylights and kind of create like a light pillars to kind of reference the atomic test, the nuclear test. And then as people will walk above it, like it will turn off the light on and off, so the people below, the space will change depending on the people above, well, if there's people there. And of course I think I'll add some openings here just so that you get views to the water. And then you could go on the other side. Here it's just like a sheltered space for like an outdoor exhibition. And then you would have the roof garden here. I was thinking to add some type of sculptures and some greeneries, and you could come here and have a view of the water. And this is the other island over there. I think it'd be nice if I add that onto my renders. And let's fast forward, and here it's blocked, but because this is going to be the area where I have like all the services, if I have like aircon and stuff, so I don't want people to go there, but then it's still accessible. And then I can come back down and you get views. Also with the beams running along, you create a nice shadow that's cast onto the side walls. I wanted to add more slats just to create that palm tree, under the palm tree effect. Still can do later. So go down, and then here you could I think here you could access to another balcony that would take you out, and here you would see the cars. So not that really interesting, but it still provide another point of view of the city. And then you can go down. So here you would go down and you would actually see the interior of the library while not being in it. and people from the library can also see you. And here you will go under the ramp, so that's the ramp where the public goes through, but you will be underneath, so it's not it still keep the memorial as private. So we come here. Here you would have a view of the gallery that's below, and you can come down, and here you're in the basement. So this is the gallery number 2. So you come here, you walk around, and that's the staircase near the entry. And here I have some openings that allows you to see in the gallery below. And if I wanted to, I can just go back. Oops. And here I can go down to the lowest level. Here I had like a similar path, but I was thinking to kind of bring that pond back, but underground, just to kind of say that water is everywhere, and then it's yeah. So those are the spaces for the exhibition. It's quite a high ceiling, about like 5.5 meters. So I would see like maybe some paintings or sculpture around the sides, on the walls, and in the center there will like be maybe bigger pieces. So you can go here, and yep. So that'll be the staircase from the receptions. And as you can see here, there was like the void that was around, like in between the staircase. The void was to allow some lights to get in all the way to the bottom. But I was thinking, how can I up it a level? I really wanted to have an entry that kind of wows people. So I was thinking to create some type of aquarium, because I've seen those photos on Pinterest, those kind of thing here. So that's the type of feeling, like people will walk along and, well, they might not see a whale, but or sharks. I was thinking more about the corals and some little fish. Yeah, so kind of something like this, right in the middle, or like those type of pillars. So it will bring light. It's not that strong yellowish light, but that kind of light, like that blue, that's really cool. Yeah, so that's the effect that I'd like to bring in. And let's go back. So as you walk here, like here normally, this should be like a clear, so it should be glass, and you would see through. So here you would see the little fish, and as you walk, you'd see more of it, and depending on where you are, you'd see different things. And if you go from the outside, oops, so if you were just going to the courtyard, you will also be able to see that aquarium. So everybody profits, you don't need to pay for it. I think here I'm missing a wall, but you shouldn't be able to see the gallery below, or maybe you could. This is like the path to the other side, so it allows the site to be like a threshold, a connection to the park. And yeah, actually I might keep that so it's visible. So if you were to walk here, I was thinking to have a screen, like kind of like this. I think I might use a pattern just like that, just to have that feeling of ripple water. Yeah, this is really nice actually. Yeah, like this. So you will break the sun, and the shadow will be projected onto that wall. Like this space I'd see as like dark, but only illuminated by the pattern. And you will walk there, and then bam, you'd access the courtyard. And that's the other side. And let's walk through here. So that's the park that's on the other side. This is the pond that I wanted to retain. That's existing. That's what I've seen on the photo. Initially, like in the really early concepts, I wanted to use that space as a like servicing area, but then I think it's better to provide like open space where people can just chill and enjoy the site, so they could sit here and watch the pond. And I think here I was gonna add some windows. Well, the window is up there, but it shouldn't be there. I was thinking to bring it maybe to the bottom, so that even from the outside you would have a look of the memorial. But then if you wanted to see the totality of it, you would have to go inside of it. Let's go back. Hello. So that's another entry from the neighbor's side. You would walk up, and you're back to the courtyard. Okay. Where can we go? Oh, so the courtyard level, which can be accessed through here. So like that's the park at the front. For me, it was more like the waterfall, like where there's the rocks, people can jump on it, and there'll be water below, and they can access here. And so I wouldn't need to provide any like a balustrade. People can sit there, can have fun. And I think here that's where I was gonna have my entry of the library. So I have a door there, so you will go underneath, and up here, oops, there's a cafe that could be accessed. So you walk up the stairs, and the cafe is here. You can order stuff. There'll be a few tables, and underneath there'll be the library. So maybe I'd have like some type of staircase that connects the library to the coffee shop, and people could take their drinks and could take their drinks and drink outside in the courtyard. Okay, well, I think that's it for the visit of the site. I think what I have left to do is to kind of think about the materials that I want to use. I do want to have that raw aesthetic, like stone, wood. Not really sure about the colors. I was thinking from the outside you would have like something that's kind of neutral, natural, but then on the inside I would have more colors, like walls painted blue, yellow, something more vibrant, because I feel that most of the marketing that I see about Tahiti, it's promoting the Blue Lagoon, the lush mountain, which is really nice. I mean, I like it, and that's why I want to use those color palettes for the facade. But then I also want to kind of showcase the colorful life that the culture has, and you would see it in the clothes they wear, and so that's what I want to put on the inside. For this, I wanted to kind of have it like a black metal, something that like steel, something that can that will rust or have that rusting feeling, that's aging. I mean, I want the building to age. It doesn't need to be pristine white. I don't think it suits. Well, suits. I think it lacks character, and I think that's what I want with this building. I'm just showing you some of the elevations. One of the concepts that I had was this idea of shape intersecting, like that square, but then it turns into a rectangle that's intersecting with the other building. Same with here, that square intersecting with that rectangular buildings. And just going to talk about this courtyard and why I shifted the theater on this side. So if you go back to this, and I'm gonna create one, and I'm gonna go to this level here, finish. Oops, I need to go a bit further down, create, so you could finish. So you would come through here, you go down the staircase, and either you go to that first gallery here, or you go down to the lower one. But here I wanted to use the site, or like express the sides and that diagonal. So I took that rectangular shape, use the same here, but then angle it so it follows that boundary. It does create it like this space here. It kind of open up to the staircase and give you a view of it, so you know that there's something upstairs, and I could add some information onto that wall, and it gives you the choice of either going straight and have a look at the memorials from above, or going up to the museum. And so that's why I changed it. And also because of that wall there, it's at an angle, and it's kind of hiding the staircase that's leading you to the memorial. So when you visit the space here, turn that off, you'll be up down. You wouldn't see that there's a staircase leading down somewhere. So you come here and say, oh, there's a staircase going up, and you'd think that's where I need to go. And then you arrive here, and then you either decide, oh, do I want to go down, or do I want to go up? You have to make that choice. So you can go down here, and then bam, you under the memorial. Here I was thinking on the memorial, because you actually you would have maybe names or like other photos, maybe just another exhibition space. Okay, let's go back. So that's kind of what it looks like. Here, that's a space that I was gonna use for storage, and here's a space maybe for like the services, if I have any, like, well, the plumbings, all the machines that would be required. So no, actually it might be either here services and then here's some storage, because it's just below this space here, so I can run the pipes all the way down. And what I think I'll do, what I'll have to do, is to add a dig around here to kind of provide some of the machines that we use as pumps to service that big aquarium there. And I think this back area will also be used for like toilets. But yeah, I think it's turning out quite good. The space are much more simplified, and they're big and open, so you could do whatever you want inside. And one thing that I've also haven't done yet is to provide like the elevators, because the only way to go down at this stage is through the staircase, because I want to provide accessibility. So they would have one elevator somewhere, and might be one here at the receptions and also one at the back, which will be used for bringing like artworks or any of the exhibition stuff, artifacts, from the ground level to the basement. Because I was thinking here I'd have that type of garage. I have like a normal door. I might not open like this, but then just be that space here. You can have that truck, and so you'd have the elevator somewhere around there. But this space, I think I need to add like some type of windows, because while it's not used for like servicing, like bring a truck, it could be a space that could be used for like workshops, like training, dance training, stuff like that. And this will be like the back entry, so maybe I don't need to go all the way that far. Maybe I'll bring that wall back here, so there'll be like a reception area at the back, so receptions for the library, and also receptions for people delivering goods. And yeah, so that's one of the entry. And also they are connected through here, so you could go underneath there. And here I was thinking that's gonna be like toilets. Go here, and you're inside the library. It's quite dark, but I guess you do want to get protected from the sun entirety. I mean, you still have a lot of light coming from this side, and then from that side as well. But yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at the moment. I think the next stage would be to prepare all the floor plans and elevations, because right now, what do I have? Organizers. floor plans. I think I might update a little bit. So it might not show everything, but so there's like wall missing because I have to change the settings and some of the staircase are not showing properly. So I guess I have to tweak all that. And as you can see, that's the truck here. I have to redo the bottom part because this doesn't need to be like this because it's the basement. There's nothing under the second gallery. And then I had some sections drawing. So I'm just laying out all the drawings that I want. Then I have to pick a few. The one that's clearly showing the circulations and the relationship between levels. Because it might take a while to render all of them nicely. Because I mean, this sections here I was thinking to do in 3D. This is this aquarium space. Oh, it's just some tidy up. Oh, this is this little staircase that's taking you from the basement to the museum while going under the ramp. And elevations, what does it look like? Cool. But yeah, that's where I'm at so far. I think I'll need to do a site plan and kind of work on the urban design and maybe a bit about how the site's connecting to the wider context. But yeah, I mean, if you have any questions or comments or critique about the design, feel free to comment. Okay, thank you and